We are going to do an oil change on a 2003 KLR 650. So I will review with you the necessities to do this job. You will need a motorcycle jack, some gloves so your hands don't get dirty, an old t-shirt or a rag, 1/4 inch drive 8mm socket, a 3/8 inch drive 17mm socket, oil filter. Kawasaki makes one, MGO makes one, Fram CH6070 1040 motor oil, a beer stein, and a good German beer. Now we will get started. We're going to start with our jack, and we're going to jack up the motorcycle. Insert a drain pan, and we will now place that under the drain bolt of the motorcycle. Now, take your gloves and put them on. Take your fine German beer. Cold. Open it up. A beer should never be enjoyed out of the can. Pour your beer into the stein. A little bit of head's good, not too much. Put your can aside and have a drink. Perfect. Now you're going to take your 17mm 3/8 inch drive, and we're going to take off the drain bolt. Clean your drain bolt using your rag to make sure it is clean. Set aside. To get at the oil filter, we will remove this and this 8mm bolt. That will expose our oil filter. I now have the bolts out, and if you find that it does not want to come out, you can use a rubber mallet to give it a tap. Then you should be able to turn and pull it. Do not pry it with a screwdriver. It has now been taken out. There we can see the oil filter. Put back your drain bolt. I've replaced my drain bolt. Be careful not to over tighten. Now reach for your beer and post. Now we will pull out the oil filter. Keep your rag handy, you will need it. Remove the metal center pin, noting the end that goes inside the engine and the end that faces the exterior of the engine. Open your new filter. O-rings, replace the O-ring that is on there. But first, have another sip of beer. Alright, so we're going to now do the O-ring, put this back in the filter, and replace the filter into. Replace the cover, lining up the holes for the bolts, noting the arrow up, or the triangle up. Tighten in your bolts. Once they touch the metal piece, go 1/4 turn on each side to evenly pull this plate and seat it back into your engine. Tighten these bolts down as per the manufacturer's recommended torque setting. open your filler cap, and now begin to refill the oil until your oil is within the window. Use your rag, clean off any debris around here and around your filler cap to make sure you don't get any oil in, or any dirt contaminated with your oil. Once you are at an acceptable level, close your filler cap, have a sip of your beer, and then run your bike momentarily only, maybe for about 10 seconds. I have now run my bike for about 10 seconds, and as you will notice, my oil level is down. This is because there was no oil in my filter. I've now allowed the oil to circulate through the engine and go into the filter. I'm probably about a liter to maybe half a liter to a liter down. So now we will fill it up again until the window is filled up properly, and then we should be. I've now filled it back up, ran my bike momentarily, once again for about 10 seconds, and shut it down. You'll notice my oil level is about halfway between the full and the empty. Do not overfill it. Do not underfill it. You can go right up to the top line, which most people prefer to do, but you want to make sure that when the bike is level, that it is between that line. That is the oil change on a KLR. Make sure that your filler cap is tight, not too tight. You now clean up, but before you clean up, have another swig of your beer, which is now pretty close to empty.